Okay, Teddy. So this is Teddy's take-home video. We are, I'm just going to be going over the command work. So we worked on the basic commands. So, a sit command, down command, a come command, and then obviously a stay command. He's very food motivated, so I didn't really have to use treats. I used just his kibble, and I spread it throughout the day, and I use kibble to establish the commands, right, to give him a basic understanding. So right now it's our morning feeding. He's going to get ready to go home, so we're going to do that take-home video for you guys, so you can just have something to reference. Hopefully you could see my hands, but I also started to implement the hand signals while I'm overlaying commands, and I'll kind of show you what that looks like as we go through this video. But just really quickly, if I do a fist like this is a sit command. If I take my finger and I just point it straight down, that is his down command. If I do just a hand, like a stop hand, that's a stay command. And then if I just pat myself like this and I just tell him, Teddy, come, this is, his recall command, right? The hand commands aren't really ingrained. Just kind of keep in the back of your mind, dogs learn through repetition and consistency. So we did this quite a bit to just establish understanding. So he has a really good understanding. The hand signals are starting to make sense to him, but not ingrained to where like he really it's just going to flow even easier. So it does take a little bit of practice and repetition. Wanted to keep it simple, really simple. We're not he's not a sport dog, he's not a show dog or anything like that, but just having the basic commands, you can really have a really fulfilling life with him and give him really clear direction on what you want in certain situations. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like. I'll kind of do all the activity right here. I do a lot on the table. I'll actually get him up there and go through a sit down, stay, that kind of thing. And so we'll probably start there just so you can kind of see. So I have his bowl of food over here. I'm going to take handfuls and then just kind of start to get to work. I do this exercise, really shouldn't be longer than like 10 or 15 minutes. So, we're going to try to kind of stay within that time frame. But throughout the day, as I'm communicating with Teddy, I really try to leverage the basic commands that I've been teaching him, just so we can ingrain them more and more and more. So let's get started. So I'll just take a couple handfuls. So Teddy. Teddy. Hey. Move. So I'll take a couple handfuls. So this is what it looks like. Really quickly too, one thing I should also mention, I have a positive marker worked in and a correction marker. So when I give a command and he fulfills it, you will hear me say yes at the same time that I'm rewarding him with his kibble. Just as you saw, he jumped up on me, I'll say that is, don't do that, or stop what you're doing, that behavior is not wanted, right? So I need him to understand when he's giving me behavior that's wanted and when he's giving me behavior that's not wanted, and how to control that. Your tone matters. So when he's doing good and I'm rewarding him, it's yes, good boy, yes, good Teddy. And then when I'm correcting him, it's very like stern and direct, like no, don't do that. And he picks up really quickly. He's a very smart dog. So let me show you what this looks like. Teddy, come on, up. Yes, good boy. Sit. Yes, good boy. Sit. Yes, good boy. Down. Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy. Sit. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So it's really simple. It's just like that. You can see he gets really excited for this activity. He loves working on commands. Obviously he just loves food in general. I'll show you how I work on recall. So I'll take a piece of kibble. I'm going to toss it to create some distance, and then I'll recall him from it. So I'll show it to him. I'm gonna toss it, he's gonna go get it, and then he gets a little lost sometimes, but that's okay. He'll find it, or he gets lost, that's okay. So we'll do it again. I'll take one. Teddy, show it to him. Teddy, toss it, he's gonna go get it. Teddy, come. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Right here, Teddy. Good boy. So, let's talk about positioning real quick. When I do a recall command and I tell Teddy, come, I want him right there and I want him sitting in front of me so that just in case you need to grab him, he's right here. You can grab collar. Yes, good boy. You could grab his collar or whatever you need to do. So when you say, Teddy, come, he should run up, sit, and just look at you like this. Yes, good boy. Right? And that's our recall position, right? So I say, come, he comes, he sits right in front of me, he looks at me. Now, when I'm doing a sit command, let me get over here, sit. I get the eye contact. Yes, good boy. And then I reward him in the position. If he breaks it, I'll be like, hold that position. Yes, good boy. Down. Yes, good boy. I always reward in the position that I commanded him to be in. Yes, good boy. Sit. Down. Sit. Yes, good boy. So see how he broke it right there? So I'll pull away. I'm going to get him back. Yes, good boy. Down. Sit. Sit. Yes, good boy. So you see the little popping up and down, up and down. He's just guessing, trying to guess what I want next. And it's very typical when you're working in training to see that kind of behavior. It's a little bit different when you're just like, when we're just interacting throughout the day and I'm asking him to sit and there's not really food involved. Right now, this is like a game to him, as you can see. He's trying to figure out what I'm going to ask for next. But so when I do the hand commands, you'll see I'll take my, oops, a little kibble right there. I'm going to just take my finger, I'm going to point down, down. Yes, good boy. Right? Sit. Yes, good boy. I'll toss a piece away. We'll work on recall right here. Come. Yes, good boy. Sit. Yes, good boy. Sprinklers are going on, kind of starting up. So down. This is how I work on my our stay. I'll get eye contact first. Stay. I'll take some kibble right in this hand. Just put it right here on the floor. And then the release word, Teddy, up. So this is good because you're going to see the mistakes that he's going to make. Teddy, up. Come on. All right, we'll start again. So I'm going to pick up the kibble. You're seeing the challenge right now just because, again, it's only been 2 weeks. Teddy, up. Down. Stay. He's just trying to anticipate everything, which is very normal for our puppies when they're learning. Plus, we normally go through this a lot faster. When you're doing the video, it slows things down. So his release word, I will simply say, okay. And then he can release and then go get the kibble. Right? So that's how we've been working on the stay command, right? I'll do it again too. When you're working on stay with Teddy, again, he's what, 6.5, 7 months old now. Asking him to stay for a long time is just not realistic. Think of it like a toddler, right? The attention span is just not there. Over time, as he matures and gets more confidence or more impulse control, you can ask him to hold the stay a lot longer. Teddy, Up. Sit. Yes, good boy. Sit. Yes. Down. Yes, good boy. Stay. So one thing I want you to realize too is like I will give him a command, he does it. Then he hears the yes word to let him know that's what he does, that he did appropriate. Forgive me. I will give him a command, he fulfills it. I tell him yes at the same time that I'm giving him food. Right? Okay. When he messes up, I immediately will give him the correction command to let him know, that's not what I want, right? Let's go through it again, right? So if I ask for a down, he gives me a sit. I'll tell him, down, right? If I ask for a down, he gives me, if I ask for a sit, he gives me a down. Same thing, sit, right? The is just to snap the head out of what he's thinking I want, and then reinforcing the command that I actually want from him, right? So, Teddy, you got a piece right here, bub. Good boy. Yes, right. So, I'll show you again. Sit. Eye contact. Yes, good boy. Sit. See, now he's guessing. Down. Yes, good boy. Down. Stay. Okay. Yes, good boy. Up. Down. Yes, good boy. Stay. Really simple commands. Okay. And then I release him from different positions. So when I ask him to stay, sometimes I'll release him just like you saw me. Sometimes I'll walk back to him and release him. I just release him from different position points, just so he understands that release can come from me in a different location. We don't want for him to think that I'm always going to put the food down, release him immediately. Sometimes I can walk back. Sometimes I'll walk halfway. Just kind of make things a little bit random for him, just to really build in the stay command really well. So yeah, super simple. Remember, when it comes to the basic commands, we got our sit, we have our down, we have our stay, and then we have our come, right? Don't have to, the other thing I should mention, it's fine if you do Teddy sit, Teddy down, Teddy come, Teddy good boy. None of that is wrong. Where I challenge you is when you are going to correct him, like try to not use his name. We want his name with positive association and not so much negative as far as the correcting. It should just be like no, like don't do that, right? Yes, Teddy, good boy, Teddy, come, Teddy, sit, Teddy, that kind of thing. So just something to think about. But yeah, hopefully this video is helpful. We're getting down to the last of his food. I'll show you kind of how I end this thing. I will ask for a little bit longer of a stay. Teddy, up. Down. Down. Yes, good boy. Stay. I'll actually just use the bowl. Put the bowl right here. I'll show you what I mean by the different points that I release them. Like I'll walk back over to him, right? I'm gonna, see, he's anticipating the release. You see the correction when he's thinking he can go, okay, and then I release him, right? Different points. So hopefully this is helpful. He did great. His leash manners are amazing. When I take him home, I'll go over leash manners. It's basically 2 simple commands, and we'll go over that in person. So hopefully this helps, but he did amazing, and I'm excited for you guys to get